So basically, this is my view here. I feel that Guardiola failed this season for Man City. Yep. All agreed that he failed.
I think so.
No.
So Drifty, why did a guy who has won a trophy in every single season?
Because the teams he had.
But he said he didn't stop fail this season.
I tell you why he didn't fail. Because going to Man City was never going to be a one-season project with that defence, that age, and that many players.
This is Pep Guardiola.
No, but it's not possible to change 8 players all at once. It's not realistic. So I know that his intelligence told him, do you know what? I'm going to hope this season isn't a disaster while I make a transition and slowly but surely get where I need to be. And he did it. He made half of the changes he felt. This summer he'll do the other half. And then next season, Man City will be serious. Believe me, they will be serious.
But this season you're saying it's not a failure based on
third and no trophies looks like a failure overall. But it's not a failure when you're new to the league and your philosophy is so specific that it takes time for people to understand it.
No,
that is why I would not say Pep is a failure.
You got to look at this, yeah. Sorry. Hear this, yeah. Right. Look at that Man City squad, yeah. They've now released Sagna, is it Clichy, Zabaleta, Jesus Navas, yeah.
Fernando.
So Guardiola, as you said, knew, yeah, like this is a project that's going to take more than a year. Now, obviously, that defense as well, you can't do nothing with that defense. He had to literally rely on his attacking philosophy and do what needed to be done.
No, that's why he bought John.
No, I hear that.
Who is
that's why I say
that was part one of the project.
But next season, but I say judge him next season when he can actually get in all the players. Listen,
no. I'm judging you now. You've won a trophy every single season.
Yeah, but look at
I'm judging you.
Look at Bayern Munich are a super team. Barcelona have Messi, like the alien of all aliens. Yeah. Bayern Munich squad, I'd arguably say, was probably a better squad than Barca.
How good is Guardiola? Because
this is my
he had Messi, and he had a team who already won the treble before he got there. How good is Guardiola?
Now he's in a league that is unquestionably the most competitive league there is in world football.
So therefore, he's overrated then.
No. I'm just saying, let the man build.
This is why I think he was a failure, and it goes back to what he's saying. Bayern Munich, he inherited that team that was extremely successful.
Yeah.
Barcelona, he inherited a very good team. He had Messi, which he could build a team around. Now he's come to Man City, and straight away, don't like Joe Hart, get rid of him. That was a mistake.
Brought in Bravo.
Yeah, he brought in Bravo. That was a mistake. The defence was a shambles. We all know that. But he decided he wanted to try and play Kolarov at centre back. He wanted to try and play. Who else did he try? He had Fernandinho at right back. Yeah. He was doing things just to almost make it look like, oh, I'm Guardiola, I can do this. I still win games.
Yeah.
It's like, no, use the players you have the best way you can. He didn't do that.
Do you know what it was? It was more like he didn't trust the personnel that he had. Listen, if you're playing Kolarov at centre-back, that says to me, you must not rate your centre-backs at all. You can't rely on Company because he's always injured. Otamendi, who I still think is a good defender, is the only one that, in my opinion, is decent as their centre-backs. Sagana's old now, so is flipping Zabaleta. Clichy died at Arsenal, who else is there?
But this is my point. Sanya had played centre-back and played centre-back well at Arsenal. So would you not try him at centre back over Kolarov?
No, do you know why? Because Sagana can't pass.
Yeah, Kolarov is a better ball player.
No, but it's not that. Barcelona.
You need him to defend. You need him to defend.
But this is the issue that I have with Guardiola. We got rid of Joe Hart. I understand that every coach has their philosophy. But the whole thing of like, no, my keeper must pass. No, the first thing your keeper must do is actually save. Yeah. So this whole thing of like, no, we must pass in the back. My defenders must. Same thing with Johnson. Hence why this is a young defender who ain't no Bonucci. Teach him how to do the ABCs of defending. Yeah. The whole thing of like, no, I want him to pass. He's brave. I want my keeper to pass. It's messing up your whole team. So therefore, the whole thing with Sanya, no, he knows how to defend.
Yeah.
The passing thing is rudimentary. Everybody knows how to do like a short 5-yard pass. You don't need a guy who is amazing at passing. The first thing a defender must do is defend. First thing a keeper must do is save. So I don't understand.
Bravo was a good keeper till he came to City. We have to remember this. Yeah. He wasn't a pile of shit. He was a good keeper. Yeah. He had Ter Stegen on the bench. He was a good goalkeeper. I don't know what happened.
Ter Stegen's way better than Bravo.
No, but the point is, he wasn't the goalkeeper we're watching now. He was a good goalkeeper.
No, Johnny was. He was the same goalkeeper. It's just that what people don't realise is, or forget, When you're at Barcelona, you have the ball 75% of the time.
No,
so when you've got to make your little 4 saves, you're gonna look great.
No, but
at City,
was it not him and Ospina that were like, who's the best goalie of the World Cup? I'm sure it was, wasn't it?
No,
wasn't it between...
Keylor Navas, Real Madrid goalkeeper.
No, but Ospina's a good goalkeeper, but it took him a while to settle.
But
Nobody can say that
Ospina can't catch a cold.
No, Ospina's a good goalkeeper. He is a good goalkeeper.
But do you know what it is? I think
he gets stick
for the opposition.
Like, from what they've said with Pep, you know, with Pep, he's like one of the managers that thinks because he's Pep, like things like Barcelona, he dropped Javier Mascherano straight back to centre back because that's what he wanted to do. Bayern Munich, Javi Martinez, who's another midfielder, straight back. So who have I got? I'm surprised they ain't played fucking Yaya Toure centre back. The manager's got their own set things. They're like, right, I'm Pep Guardiola, I'm going to make this work, and it didn't. So I get from your point of view, it's a failure because it hasn't worked out.
I don't think he trusts the personnel. I think the personnel.
I think we are going to see a more Pep Guardiola. His team will be different.
You wait till next season.
But his first season, I think, can be deemed as a failure.
I don't think it's a failure again because. But how can it be a failure if he's inherited?
He finished third.
All right, the squad's not dead.
They were saying how old this team was for years.
Yeah, it's aging.
Remember that?
Come on, you have an attack of you have De Bruyne, you have what's it called?
Still got a defender.
This is the Premier League. You still have to defend.
But then when you buy that's why he's failed though, because if you address Bravo, but you didn't buy a centre back that you thought was going to play.
But he spent 50 million on
That's
Stones.
his issue.
Surely,
that's on you.
Surely, it would have been better off for him spending 20 million on this centre back, 20 million on that centre back, and then you've sorted out.
There we go.
But you know what? But this is the thing. I think a lot of foreign managers are forced into, even if they won't admit it. He's English. We saw Rafa Benitez. It happened with him. We were getting rid of Xabi Alonso.
Remember, there's a
Gareth Barry.
Quality.
Like, you've got to have lost your mind for that. But you know what? He was English. A lot of foreign managers, they get forced. Mourinho doesn't want to play Rashford. Let's not get this twisted for a second. Mourinho does not want to play Rashford, but he's English. If Rashford was Scottish, he'd be off at Burnley on loan. So what I'm saying is, I honestly think Guardiola, even the great Pep, was forced to buy John Stones because he's English. I do. Like, all English teams want an English player.
Speaking of John Stones, I actually 100% think he will end up a DM. He will not be a centre back. He will move up the pitch and he'll play a DM.
But then, like, that's the whole thing with Luiz, because I've always thought David Luiz is a defensive midfielder, not a centre back. Yeah. But he's still seen as a central defender. I think the thing with John Stones is that we all know that he's better as a DM. But I think the issue is that for Pep Guardiola, because he will never admit that he's wrong.
Yeah, he bought him. He's going to prove it.
He's going to keep proving him at centre back, and that's just going to ruin him, which doesn't make sense.
Stones is only, 23?
Yeah, so 22, 23. Yeah.
He'll improve, man. That is very young for a defender.
I don't think he'll improve that much with Otamendi next to him, because Otamendi's a bit rash. He needs someone with a bit of a level head. So Company is the best thing
from 3 years ago when there's a fully fit Company, he was the leader.
Now,
as you said, when you're playing Stones with like a Kolarov, you're asking for problems.
Let's be honest. I'm happy it seems it's going the way it's going, and we're getting Van Dijk. But let's be honest. That's the type of player Stones needs to be playing next to. A Van Dijk. If Man City did get Van Dijk, you'd see a serious John Stones. Because he'd have a beast next to him, mopping up and saying, all right, kid, learn your trade. Do you know what I mean? So, I actually do believe that Man City probably... I mean, I don't want to jinx it, and I'm hoping Liverpool have got this.
Let me check my phone now.
Man City should be going harder for Van Dijk, I think. I think that's the... Or someone like Hummels.
They want Laporte.
Those are the... I mean, they'll never get him from Bayern Munich, but if they had a Hummels or a Van Dijk, those are the type of people that need to be...
And also, for me, I feel that... I still say this season for Guardiola it was a failure, but next season City are going to be scary good. Because I think Guardiola, he's gone mad. This guy's going to spend a bill this summer, trust me, because he's buying everybody. And guys, Bernardo Silva, this kid is
quality.
Good.
And on top of that, you see the goalkeeper they get Ederson. I don't think people understand. Ederson is flipping serious, you know.
I'll be honest, I don't know that much about him.
When you see him, you're gonna be like, oh my days, I just bought David De Gea. Like, I'm not joking. Like, he is that good. Obviously, it's gonna take him time to adapt physical nature, crossing, and all that. But in terms of shot stopping and like natural ability and agility, I'm not gonna lie to you. He's flipping scary. And then they're gonna get Kyle Walker. They might even get Danny Rose. Then on top of that,
no.
Then they get Mendy.
I actually think they're gonna end up giving Monaco 250 million, and I think Mbappe, Mendy, and Silva will all be at Man City.
Come on, man. They don't need Mbappe. Let's not be silly.
Mbappe,
They got Jesus. They got
the saviour. They don't need Mbappe.
As soon as Arsenal get a bid accepted, Real Madrid, Man United, and Man City are going to say, fuck Arsenal. I'm being serious. I think they're all sitting back going, let's see how this plays out. Let's see what Wenger actually gets accepted. And once Wenger has his bid accepted, they're all going to come in and offer whatever they
Wenger's got the
I feel like
weapon.
if Mbappe leaves, I think he'll go to Real Madrid, you know.
100%.
I think he'll go to Real Madrid.
The big transfer move, I think two big transfer moves. So basically, after this, we'll go to United. But I think the two big transfer moves, I don't know whether you guys agree. Sanchez to Bayern Munich, Mbappe to Real Madrid. And I think the record is going to be broken with Mbappe to Real Madrid. I think
both ways Arsenal get screwed over. I love it. I love it.
Wenger's not going to let that
It's like Dortmund, they're finished. Aubameyang is definitely leaving.
Maybe to Real Madrid.
He's going PSG.
Basically, I don't know. So I'm not sure where he's going to go to. Where do you think Aubameyang is going to go to?
Listen,
You started him off now.
I am sick to death, of everybody telling me Liverpool need to be small time, and we need to not have ambitions and we've got these delusions of grandeur. Listen, Klopp, he has a 200 mil key. I think it's true. I think it's obvious it's true now. 60 mil for Van Dijk, 35 mil for Salah. We're looking at all, you know what I mean? I say, back this guy 100%, give them whatever they want, and let Aubameyang come to Liverpool. Because I'm telling you, if Aubameyang came to Liverpool,
fuck it.
That's scary because you see, the thing with Aubameyang, and all people need to know is that is about systems that fits for you.
Yeah.
Aubameyang doesn't fit in PSG. He doesn't fit in Real Madrid.
And he's played Klopp style of football as well, hasn't he?
That's the thing, because the way Liverpool play and the way they move is that, because Aubameyang isn't like a classic number 9. No. He's a guy that has to play in a system that's very quick and fast. Yeah. So Aubameyang because the thing with Sturridge is that, no, I don't care what anyone says, Sturridge is a very good player.
Yeah.
No,
he doesn't fit in Sturridge fits more in like a Serie A team where it's much more slow.
Yeah, methodical.
I absolutely hate to admit this, but Daniel Sturridge is a Wenger player. Everyone does the work for him, and he just finishes it. If he took Giroud's place in that team in Arsenal, oh my word, would that kid not get 25, 30 goals every single season?
How'd you get 25 goals when you play 4 games?
All right, if you take the injuries out, if I've always said, if Wenger got hold of Sturridge and he was fit, he's getting 30 goals every single season. Because he literally is that guy who gets the ball right at the end of the move, does the little bit of sexiness, bang, puts it in the back.
I'll give him a bit more than that because he does get involved in moves at the beginning. He's usually the one who'll hold it, pop it off. And
he loves a 1-2 minute start.
Remember when you had Suarez, he was doing a lot of work. People forget the amount of work.
That's when he was injury free, though. I will say that. Go on, what you can say.
I think basically after this, we'll go to United. But I think the thing with Sturridge is that the way that Liverpool play, it has to be very, very quick. The thing with Sturridge is that he likes to slow it up and move it like that. But what Klopp is like, keep the ball moving, because if you slow it down, that allows the defense to set themselves up. But when you look at how Dortmund played under Klopp and how they play, the quicker you move it, the harder it is for the defense to set up. Hence why with Aubameyang, it's always moving, it's always quick, one-touch football. So I think with Sturridge, and that's just how he plays. You can't change him. He's a guy that likes to take his time and then play like that. So now, has my boy Jose Mourinho been vindicated after winning the treble?
No, because it's not a real treble.
Because it was the weakest
Community Shield is not a treble.
I want to say right here, right
Community Shield is not the treble.
I have never seen anything more embarrassing in my life than counting the Charity Shield as
that's like that. That's like saying that.
Seriously.
There we go. We've won the Nutella Cup and holding it up. No, that is not a treble.
If anything is proof, it's the 25 years and about 10 times Fergie probably won it in that time. Fergie never turned around and said, that means they did a quadruple in 99, didn't they? Seriously, how can you count the charity?
The clue is in the name. The clue is in the name. Charity.
There you go. The clue is in the name. So the fact that you're actually rejecting a charity shows how immoral and unethical all you guys are. So that's actually very rude. That's very rude on you guys. But for me, last I checked is that, guys, do you get a trophy at the end of the Charity Shield? Yes. Yeah. Is it in the cabinet? Yes. So when you go to the cabinet and say, hey guys, so what did you win this year? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and that's it.
But that means that Arsenal never went 12 years without a trophy then, because they won the Emirates Cup numerous times.
I said league. league. I only
But
said
I
the
think
league.
the Emirates Cup is a better cup to win the
Charity Shield,
Champions
yeah,
League.
'cause
They
it's
played
decent
Bayern
team.
Munich and Juventus and
I
teams
think
like
you know
that.
it's with Mourinho. This is my
Did they
issue.
not?
My issue with Man
To be
United
fair,
and
he
Mourinho
won the
is
Emirates Cup.
if you went on YouTube now and typed in Jose Mourinho Community Shield, you go back 2 years and he'd be cussing the Community Shield, he'd be cussing Europa League, and now he's won it. It's the most
He
important
even
game in
said-
Man
there was
United's
a
league.
quote. There's a quote from Jose Mourinho a few years ago talking about the Europa League, saying how he never wants to play in it and blah 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 and all this stuff. And
Then
now
it
all of a
comes
sudden
to-
it's the most important game
Yeah,
in Manchester
no,
United.
you didn't just say it's an important cup. You
At
said
the
it's the
beginning
most
of this
important game.
season, he said, "I've come to win the league. This, that, the other, blah 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 blah." And then now it's like the Europa League is the biggest game of our.
Yeah,
of
like,
our-
No,
Give
give
it a rest.
listen, look, it's been a
And
weird.
that's where he lets himself down.
Yeah.
So let me ask them: has this been, because this is weird though, because they came, was it sixth?
Yes.
Amazing, I think the world record of like being sixth like as long as possible. So that's just crazy. So they came sixth, but they won, fair enough, 3-2 trophies. Was this a successful season or was this a failure of a season for Mourinho and the United?
Failure, because Man United should be top four. shouldn't
I
they?
think in terms of
it's a successful season. I'll admit that.
in terms of Manchester United and the club that they are, it should be viewed as a failure. In terms of they're the biggest club in England, if one of the biggest clubs in the world. They're a team built around success.
Yeah.
They are, but I don't
success.
think you can say winning a European trophy is failure. You can't.
You can when it's a trophy which is basically for teams who have failed to get into the other countries.
Yeah, but it's still all right.
You're not good enough to be in the
I've had
Champions
this
League.
argument with people before. If Arsenal's season is considered a successful season with regards to they won the FA Cup, and the prize for winning the FA Cup is you go into the Europa League. You cannot then say the Europa League is not a successful trophy.
Especially
to
with
win.
Man United
You
now in the
can't.
Champions League as
well.
You can't.
I would be over the moon if we won that competition. I still don't want to be in it.
Yeah.
No, you don't want to be in it, but it's still successful to win it. It's still a European trophy.
I think Man United had a successful season. You got to look at this. They won 3 trophies. Whatever you want to say, it's a Charity Shield, League Cup, Europa
No, they won
League.
2.
Okay, they won 2, but at the end of the day, trophies are trophies. And when
Yeah.
and even as players, listen, you got to break it down. When you're a player, you're there to win trophies. You're not there to finish second and win no trophy, or finish third and win a
I
trophy.
think tainted it was the teams they beat on the way to the Europa. Like they beat teams that were made up from like part.
Oh no,
people,
it was
teams that
the easiest
Like,
ride.
It's
in
like,
the
you know when you used to
history
play
of-
pro and they had that random select thing, you just random select and build teams together. That's all it was. Like they had Ajax in the final.
And that was what their old
Ajax.
was 8 years old. They had like an 11-year-old goalkeeper.
We had to go through Dortmund.
Yeah, no. Let's get like the way they got there, the worst way ever.
Yeah, definitely.
They had an easier run to the final with that than Arsenal had to win in the FA Cup, and Arsenal had 2 non-league teams. But at the same time, they still won it though,
Yeah,
and I will never sit here and be a hater. They won a European
won a
trophy.
European trophy.
Yeah, they won a European
Because
trophy.
let's
And
quite
no
right,
matter
we were
which way,
desperate to beat Sevilla.
no
We were
matter which way you look at it, I can't say Man United was
And they're in the
unsuccessful
Champions
this
League.
season. I can't.
So basically, for me, like the thing now is that, like, fair enough. So they're in the Champions League now, and I think next season they have to really go for the title. So what was it that was missing from United this season?
I don't think the squad is strong enough. I think they
No,
have.
but what about my main thing is that, sorry to cut you, but like the Martial thing pisses me off. Again, I would defend Mourinho and everything like that, but I think again, which is what we're discussing before, Martial is a great number 9. So I don't understand why you're playing a striker, because I remember, like, I was playing back in school, like I was a central midfielder or something like that. When I played on the wing, I had no idea what to do, because when you're playing on the wing, there's so little space, and you need to understand how to work in a little space.
You see the pitch differently.
It's totally different.
I blame Arsene Wenger for that, and I tell you why. Because Arsene Wenger was the master of teaching someone how to be a striker by first playing them on the wing. It works sometimes. Thierry Henry, absolute legend. Sometimes it doesn't work. Theo Walcott, one of the worst players I've ever seen in my life.
Yes.
And I think that because he showed that mould and that you can learn certain skills out wide that then bring you into the midfield and into the central and make you even better, now everyone thinks, let's do it. Let's play someone out wide for a little while, let them develop and then put them in the middle. And I think that's now why people keep trying to do this. But it doesn't work with everyone.
You know what?
Sanchez has made it.
I might say something kind of controversial there. I just don't think Mourinho knows what to do with genuine attacking players. With pace. He doesn't know what to do with them. He knows how to do regimented players who have their role, their specific role. You play here, this is what you do. When you have a free spirit attacking player, I don't think he knows what to do with them.
No, I agree with that. I think
he stagnates.
I think it even goes deeper now. I think it stems from he doesn't know how to get the best out of youngsters. Mourinho needs that kind of ready-made player. When it comes to like nurturing them and like making them better, he struggles. Like you look at how many times has he sold a player because he's felt they're not good enough? Then they come back, De Bruyne. De Bruyne. They've gone and done what they need to do. They're ready again, and it's like, why did you sell it?
I sat there.
Salah as well.
I sat there today and I thought, Cuadrado, Salah, and De Bruyne should all be at Chelsea.
Like look what De Bruyne is doing right now.
And Lukaku. Let's just take this into consideration.
Yeah.
Cuadrado, Salah, De Bruyne, and Lukaku should all play for Chelsea.
Yeah.
What is Mourinho?
Because he doesn't know how to nurture the youngsters. That's why.
Do you think they're players that don't want to do what he's doing as well? Mourinho wants players that go, yes, boss, all right, boss. Whereas if you I can imagine Lukaku, like, fuck you, man. I know what I'm doing. I'm a striker.
Why do you think Hazard? Listen, this is the thing, yeah. See, when Chelsea came 10th and Mourinho basically left, yeah. Why do you think that Hazard, he gave up because he was like, I'm not listening to this guy anymore. Yeah. Mourinho needs you to be so disciplined. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And as you pointed out, yeah, the free-spirited players like Hazard, like your Martials, you need to let them play. Yeah. You can't always restrict them.
Yeah, and also, I think it's like, which is a fair point you made, because again, when you look at that Inter Milan team, most of those guys were over 25, 26. Like, you look at Edsel, Militzo, Stankovic, Snyder, they're really older players. So I think with younger players, I think Guardiola, Klopp, Wenger are much better at coaching those guys. Yeah. Whereas for Mourinho, he really much needs ready-made guys. Hence why it's going to be weird, because how many over 27 players who are ready-made are going to go to Man United now?
I think the draw of Man United just being Man United to get players over the line. Yeah. But one other thing I want to say about Mourinho as well is what you was just saying there about him having players over 25. Everything in Mourinho's design is about instant success. Yeah, definitely. So you need to look at all the clubs. He's not been at a club for more than 3 years. 3 years. Instant success. Yeah. Now he doesn't plan for 5 years. He doesn't plan for now. I want it now. That's why you can't have players who don't fit his mold.
I think again, this is why I'm probably going to support your boy Ancelotti now, because that's why Ancelotti had such a long success with AC Milan, because Ancelotti is the complete antithesis to Mourinho. Because Mourinho is like, boom, learn. And I think by the third year, your brain can't really do that whole thing for too much. Yeah. But for Ancelotti, it's much more like, let's just have fun. I'm your friend. Let's just create a much more family thing. Yeah. And when you create a whole family thing, that can last for 6, 7, 8 years. Yeah. The really harsh thing of like, you have to do this like that cannot last for 4 or 5 years. It can't.
Hence, Zinedine Zidane. There we go. Like, look, I know you don't. I know you were saying on record, that you were like, Zidane, he's a hype. Everyone's up. Listen,
no,
he's respect what the man's done, bro. Because you got to look at it.
All right, let's listen to Zidane segment, right? I have no problem with Zidane. I loved watching Zidane as a kid. Yeah. So I'm not disrespecting him in any way. But what my point is I remember all the haters that were on Pep's back and were saying he took over from Rijkaard, he had Messi, this isn't really something you can give him respect for, blah, blah, blah. And I remember sitting there thinking, no, come on, man. But my argument to that was always the style of play, the tick-a-tacker, was so ingrained from Pep that regardless of what went before, you knew. Now, Pep stamped his authority on this. This is Pep. Yeah. With Zidane, my argument is that the guy has done amazing, but it's almost just, come on, guys, you know what I mean? Let's do this. And when I look at that team, I don't see a Zidane identity. I just see a bunch of world-class players who are happy to play for the manager.
I don't agree with that.
They almost go out and do what they know. You don't watch Real Madrid and think, there's Zidane. I see the stamp. There's Zidane.
I'll tell you why.
What is Zidane's stamp?
No. Yeah, go on.
My thing, again, it's almost, I think on face value, it is very easy to say that these are just great players, so let's do doing what they do. Benitez had pretty much the same players. He didn't have that same success. There are coaches who are tacticians, like a Guardiola, a Mourinho. Then there are other coaches where the stuff that we don't see is stuff on the training ground. Because first of all, once Zidane walks into that dressing room, he already gets respect. Yeah. Because we know what this guy did as a player. But what Zidane is that I understand what you do as players, and I'm going to give you the freedom by creating an atmosphere for you to flourish. what is the key of Real Madrid? The heartbeat, Toni Kroos and Modric. Who was Zidane? One of the great central midfielders that we've ever seen. So Zidane only has to tell Modric and Kroos certain things of how to work in tight spaces, how to control the game, how to make a pass. And you're seeing how well Modric and Kroos are doing, especially Modric, which is the engine to everything. So Zidane's knowledge of being a central midfielder.
I agree with you, but then I don't necessarily think that means we can give him an ultimate credit though, because being smart enough to know I've just got to let these guys do what you're doing doesn't then mean you're a great manager.
But look at their counter-attacking tactic. Every time that they break, you know where Cristiano is. Benzema, you know that Benzema holds the ball up and brings the Cristiano into the game. Look at what Marcelo and Carvajal do. How many times has Carvajal and Cristiano combined? By Carvajal running through, knowing that cut the ball back, Cristiano is going to pull back and score, which is what they did in the Champions League final. So there is a very direct way in which once we get the ball, we know that Modric is going to receive the ball. He's going to ping the ball out to there. Marcelo or Carvajal. Isco is going to cut in on the inside. Benzema, you're going to hold the ball up. Cristiano, you're going to peel out wide and always try and find space. There is a way in which they are moving off the ball.
I hear that, but all right. Say Zidane goes to Monaco this summer. Next season, I guarantee you Monaco do fuck all.
You know what I'm going to say?
I guarantee you Monaco do fuck all.
You have to understand where Zidane's job started. It's not just when he took over as head coach. You forget he ran the academy. Now, look at Real Madrid's team. Nacho, Carvajal, Asensio. Morata all come through the academy. When have you ever seen Real Madrid play academy players in the first team?
That's true.
Yeah, well, that comes from Zidane. But that was a long time.
That was years ago.
That was a long time. That comes from Zidane. So he's ingrained his philosophy on the club from the academy. Definitely. It's not just the 2 years he's been manager.
No, I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve credit. Please don't misquote me. I'm just saying to start calling him a world-class manager is way out of proportion.
I think
that's what I'm saying.
His achievements have to be. I understand what you're saying. It's 2 seasons, but he's made history in those 2 seasons.
And I'll just like to point out, it is very unfair that just because he's Zidane, it's okay for him to get away with having a DM and all that stuff. Benitez was sacked for that, you know. No, let's be serious. He was sacked for that.
Yeah, but
just because Zidane is Zidane, he's getting away with it. But I just think he didn't. It was like they had it in for him before he even went in there.
Because again, they didn't have respect for Benitez. You know what it is? Benitez is a restrictive coach.
But why didn't they have respect for him? Because they're assholes. No, because he deserves respect.
No.
He's Rafa Benitez.
But he was asking them to do his job. You know what? Yeah, he said to
this is a guy who's won leagues and he's won Champions League. Why does he have more?
Why is different? Liverpool stole that Champions League. So don't even say that.
There is no bigger achievement than winning the Champions League with Liverpool and Traore at left back than any other achievement.
And Igor Biscan putting on the show at the Stadio della Alpi against Juve.
Rafa Benitez deserves every single piece of credit in the world.
Definitely.
And he won 2 La Liga titles.
I hear that, but what we're trying to say is this year, when Benitez came to Madrid, he stifled them. He told them to do...
No, he didn't. He just asked them to do jobs that they weren't willing to do because they're lazy.
No, it's not because they're lazy. He stifled them.
Random, we got like 2 minutes of the stage. 2 minutes. So basically, pulling it all together, for Zidane, how much credit do you give him for winning that La Liga title and the Champions League and the Champions League last year? How much credit does he deserve?
I give him all the credit. All the credit.
Yes,
he gets 50%.
No. He gets 75% from me, man. I'm just saying. Listen.
Matt is shit.
Hear this. Zidane came there, he's only been there for a year and a bit, How can you win 2 Champions League and a La Liga and try and say he doesn't get credit?
And they beat Barcelona.
And they beat Barcelona on the way.
He gets 50% of the credit.
Yeah.
Because the other 50% was Luis Enrique completely fucking up.
I think you have to give him a lot of credit. Not just him. Obviously, he's got world-class players. Ronaldo is just a big game player. Like, that guy just shows up every single time. But Zidane, as I said, he's ingrained in the club. He's a legend within the club. They respect him I think more than any other manager they've had, bar maybe, I don't know, back in the day. He was the one who won. Even they had guys who won Champions League and got sacked.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So you know what I mean? So I think you have to give him a whole load of credit because, as I said, it's from the academy up. He's been there. He's done it.
He definitely
has been at the club
youth
now
players
for
like
what?
senior.
He gets 50%
Listen,
credit.
he's the one that he restarted Isco's career. You know, Isco was on the way down.
Nah, but
and Zidane-
Isco's a baller.
Yeah, he may have been a baller. He
an
may have been a baller, but he wasn't playing full stop.
like
and Zidane said,
You know Isco only played because Gareth Bale got injured, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Come on, let's not give him credit where it's not due.
But he could have
Let's
played
not give it where it's not due.
But he could have played James Rodriguez though.
He could have played Is it roll up? Okay, I think it's roll up in this.